Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Whiteboard Wednesdays with Lana. And we still have Kenny with us, our business development consultant. And we've gone down a little journey in history, the last 10 years, just kind of, what technology has changed, cloud hype, big data, all of those things that organizations have been, dealing with. And as data scientists, things that we've been working with, right? And now we're obviously more into this AI stuff. I mean, where's data science has been with AI and the hype around all of this, Kenny?
Yeah, so it's a massive learning curve for everybody. But the key thing is that analytics requires massive amounts of hardware on the back end.
It's actually a huge amount.
Yeah. So the new generation, they just log onto the cloud and do some data brick and analytics and run stuff there, but they don't realize the back end, what's actually happening.
Yeah.
So
GPUs, storage.
we are those guys.
Yeah.
We are the Mario Brothers of AI.
Yeah, the Mario Brothers. I do like that. It's the nuts and bolts of it.
Yeah. So, I mean, we do the GPU integrations and make sure that the compute's up to scratch and that the storage can keep up.
Yeah.
I mean, most of all is that fabric layer.
Yeah.
Which needs to make sure that there's no latency.
Yeah, you got to feed that GPU, right?
Yeah, feed the beast.
Feed the beast.
Yeah.
And the data wrangling. So creating that pipeline is one, creating a logical pipeline is one thing, but actually having the underlying infrastructure configured to support that pipeline effectively is not a trivial undertaking for organizations. And it's not just an IT problem anymore, quite frankly.
Yeah, I mean, maybe just looking back at your question around cloud. So to touch on that, I mean, the guys do GPU in cloud, GPU as a service, but they don't realize is you actually share that GPU resources in cloud. So you don't really get the performance that you would get on those GPUs if it was on-prem.
Yeah, the same kind of, and the efficiency that you would drive. So you're paying for it, but at a premium price because it's a premium service, but you're not. It's still a shared resource, right?
Exactly.
And the underlying infrastructure you're sharing.
You're reliant on the network, what you can get.
Yeah. And I mean, and I think that's where we've seen a more pragmatic approach to this. A lot of projects start in the cloud, whether it's just a purely cloud project or AI in the cloud. Excuse me, but there is a tipping point where the cost performance and rolling out use cases in the cloud becomes prohibitive, right? In its current kind of thing, because that efficiency is not there, and that's where there's been a strong adoption of all at least organizations are starting to look at adopting on-prem.
I mean, if you're tinkering, it makes sense. You can start there. You can develop small models there or small base models, but if you reach that stage where you want to go enterprise with it, it makes sense to go on-prem.
Yeah, and I think that's the thing. And the other thing is the reliability, in building these things for enterprise level, right? So obviously the large players, they've got, you can't, doubt the reliability that guys like Microsoft and AWS and Meta and all of that is there. I mean, in the context of the scale of what they're dealing with, you gotta appreciate what they are able to achieve, right? I mean, it is impressive. So how does that translate through the technologies that we provide for people who want to do something on-prem? How can they get that same kind of thing going?
Yeah, so I mean, we've got tight partnerships with the guys that knows how it operates. So I mean, like especially NVIDIA, we've got certifications through them. We've got the architectures or reference architectures. So all the stuff that we've deployed is based on their reference architectures. It's not just stuff that we thumbsuck.
No, definitely not. There is a way to do this, and I think if you see how this has changed over the last 10 years, even the last 3 years, in terms of the way that GPU is influenced the rest of the of the technologies, or the GPU usage, should we say. It's definitely something that we as data scientists have worked on. It's a niche kind of technology set, and it's not for everyone. Not just anyone can pull all of that stuff together, right?
Yeah, maybe just to mention one of the bigger technology changes or that took us into the future is all flash.
Sure. Yeah.
I mean, that made a lot of this analytics and interpreting the data a lot faster, getting to results.
Yeah.
Assisting the enterprise to get to results faster.
Yeah.
It's all flash.
The demand is real time.
Correct.
And without that tool chain to allow real-time technology, you're not going to deliver that, right?
Yeah, I mean, they've, with the quad layer cell or QLC, it's to that stage with the storage optimization where it's almost the same price as HDDs.
Yeah, and that was one of the big things, is driving that cost point down for that performance.
Exactly.
And data sciences for the last 13 years, we've been on that journey. We brought some of the first all-flash arrays in with pure storage.
Yeah.
And we obviously been working with that for more than a decade in this market. So we really do understand that we've partnered with Vast, in terms of Vast Data with their platforms that they've brought out. So how strong what's the power of the partnerships in this technology? What do you think?
That's the thing. You draw information or experience from a global market.
Mm-hmm.
So what that actually gives you that lessons they've learned. So it enables the local enterprises to adopt that technology faster and obviously get results faster.
Yeah, it's a key element, right? Getting that together and making sure that we bring that. And I mean, we function as almost like a partner extension,
exactly.
Or vendor extension for those vendors into the South African market in terms of getting that.
So it allows the enterprise to adopt that technology, and there's no risk of technology debt.
Yeah, or very little at least. Yeah. Kenny, great stuff. I think let's wrap up this one here, and then in our next episode we'll look at the human in this whole thing. We talk tech so much, and then maybe also we'll just project. If we looked 10 years into the past, so how about we look into the future a little bit and see what we can predict.
Awesome. Thanks, man.
Thanks. Thank you, everybody.